Hickok45 here, and I know you can't believe it, but we have yet another Glock model we've not done a video with. I mean, it's hard to believe all the Glocks I have that you've not seen every single one of them in a video somewhere. Well, today's the day we're going to do another. We've got John behind the camera. He always does a great job with the camera, as he does everything, and he's going to capture the new Glock model you've not seen, okay? And let me see, I'll get my ears on, and if you don't see anything strange about this video yet, this video is for you. Yeah, you see there's a strange opening on the front end of this firearm, right? That's because it's an airsoft, okay? It really feels strange pointing a firearm at you, especially at John, right? Look at this thing. Not only is it an airsoft, it's an unloaded airsoft gun with no magazine. So yeah, the topic today, as you can tell from the title, is about pointing your gun, your pistol, your rifle, your shotgun, okay? Muzzle discipline, all right? Some people don't, at least it makes a sound, and some people don't have any muscle discipline, or at least enough, I say muzzle discipline, maybe muscle discipline either. Maybe it does come down to muscles. It does, it comes down to this muscle between the ears that we've got to exercise. I took the orange off of it there just for dramatic effect, okay? We take a little license, being the Hollywood types we are. Yeah, just an airsoft gun. Again, that was a very strange feeling for me doing what I was doing there. If you noticed, I was sweeping John, I was sweeping my foot, you know, putting my ears on with a gun stuck in my head. I know it's a little bit of an exaggeration, but then again, not so much, unfortunately. Yeah, we've all seen people sweep themselves with the muzzle, sweep their feet, and even do that, pick it up and put their ears on the gun, you know, either almost pointed at their head or pointed at their head, all right? And I don't know of anybody, well, maybe I do, who has a head so hard that a bullet will bounce off of it, okay? Not wise. So muzzle discipline, in all seriousness now, it is one of the biggest problems, I think, regarding gun safety is muzzle discipline. There's others, of course, you know, trigger finger discipline. This is serious business. This is life and death, where you point the firearm and keeping your fingers off the trigger and all that. So I wanted to just point out a couple of things that we see most often, you see most often probably, people do, and we're using the airsoft so that we can do that safely, of course. We can do it with any firearm that's unloaded, of course, but since we started with the airsoft, we'll just stick with it. And I think some people just don't realize how easy it is to point the firearm at something you didn't mean to do. I mean, I could even do something kind of subtle here. If I came out and started this video a little differently, like, oh, let's have a little fun with the Glock today. Let's see, what are we going to shoot? Let's go over there and shoot something. A lot of you would not even notice what I just did. I just brought that gun down, dangled it, and I either pointed at my foot or came very close to it. And some of you wouldn't have noticed that. I'm about to shoot. All right, what do we want to shoot? You know, and I go there and shoot. Now, some of you experienced shooters, there's been a lot of ranges, or you've been in competition, it would have, whoa, what's Hickok doing? But unfortunately, a lot of you wouldn't have even flinched at that, all right? And that's called dangling, when you just let that gun dangle down like that. Generally speaking, and this is taught different ways, everybody's a little bit of different program, but it's all basically the same. You don't want that firearm to be lower than about 45 degrees. You don't want to be pointing it down here very much. You know, I mean, that's not tragic right there, but very ideal, I think, when I was doing IPSC competition, it was like a 45-degree angle. You want the gun down about like that, you know, no, not really any closer to your body, pointing any closer. If it went off right there, it's not going to be great. You know, it might knock some gravel out that way or something. Down here, if it went off or you fired it, it doesn't go off. That's the main thing, right? It doesn't go off. Your finger has to be on the trigger to make it go off. But you could actually hurt yourself down here. You get ricochets right back up at you or something, okay? So that's why you want a little bit of angle on muzzle discipline. And then just point it at the target always. One thing with revolvers that people do, that I see a lot, is this one's unloaded. You know, they're shooting here, and okay, let's take a shot at that. Let me cock it and shoot something else there, and they like that. You know, well, right there, look at that. You're shooting, you're in the act of shooting, you cock again, shoot. Your finger's actually on the trigger, and it's cocked, and look where it's pointed. Over the hill. They might even turn it a little bit like that, or do that. Let's cock it again. Wow, that thing's pointed way off range and up in the air, and my finger's even on the trigger. It's very simple to do that. So you want to work on that discipline, that muzzle discipline. Remember that laser. Where is that laser touching the ground? Always keep in mind that I've got an imaginary laser, and it's going to be painting the ground wherever I'm pointing this. You know, it's over there in those leaves right now. I'm imagining it. And if I get it like that, it's over that hill. Okay, if it comes down here, it's painted right there. I'm seeing a red dot on the ground. I'm seeing a red dot over there, okay, wherever it's pointed. So be careful. When you cock that thing, you know, try to keep it, you know, right there on that hill or wherever you are, wherever the range is within the area where you're allowed and it is safe to put bullets, okay? That's the big deal. So pointing upwards is not necessarily safe. You might be risking a neighbor, all right? A house, a car, whatever. Where's the muzzle pointed?